on inside? Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head? Do you ever look?
So, battery died, and now it's another day. Lovely. Fast forward, I got the tube on. I was talking to myself apparently for a good 15 minutes doing this. So we've got the tube on. Next job, wiring. Now I am not going to do it short because short wires act like fuses and pop. High voltage, amperage, you get me, I'm not about it. I'd rather have excess on here to work with than not. Turns out, I am that far out of messing about with my GoPro trying to do YouTube, I didn't even press play, I pressed the off button. And I've just been talking to myself again for the past 15 minutes. I'm giving up. Right, here we are. I've got the wires in, I've done a nice service loop to keep it, you know, enough on there in case I need to work it. They're on there, they're mounted 90 degrees, as you can maybe see. It's tightened on. I've got the in feed to do that. The the return is going to be like that, facing the other way. So I'm going to have that coming in this way, that coming in that way. So it picks up and it drops off and keeps the fuel swirling. Sort of mounted this in the boot. It's not a permanent fix right now, it is literally just a test fit. I've got 4 rib nuts and that's holding there, but I feel like it is a very good thing. I'm not sure if this is just a small company or what, but I follow them on Instagram. They seem alright, and I'm going to tag them in what we're doing here. Well, that is now in there nicely. Right, this is going to be the front of it. So as I am going to set it, as I've got my earth and live on for there, I will then have the 4 lines coming off that way, and they will be at the 45s, I think. I'm going to have straight lines coming.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up.
I'm gonna swap that out, and we're gonna get the 5mm out, and get the 4mm. Well, that's a 7. Wow, and then we're moving that 5mm. And we're gonna go fit them back. So this is fitted in the car,
Choose something that you could never run. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never run. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos.
Good evening, people of the YouTube. We are now about to start building the lines for the JZ. Fuel lines this is. So we're gonna go for a bit of an unboxing-ish. I've already opened these, so it's a bit of a cheat. But so first things first is this. So I'll crack these open. I'll take them out here. We'll put that box on the floor. And we've got these. These are, any smart people out there, these are AN clamps for your vise. Speaking of, here's my vise. So that's the starting point there. Next unboxing. Aluminium spanner, again, for AN bits, which is cool. Non-magnetic, but that and that I can clamp. I'll show you, give me a second. This is the fuel line. That, it was a good deal. I think I got like 12 meters for the price of 9 meters. And then, don't need that one. And then we've got these, which are our AN bits. So they're for the actual fuel tank. And then I've got all these. So I've got 120s, I've got 180s, I've got 45s. That's another 90. I've got that's 180. That's the 90s. Yeah. Straight fits, more straight fits, more 45s, more 90s, more 180s. This is a 40-piece pack, minus the 2 120s that I buy them separate. I've also got, switch back to me, I've also got some bulkhead fits, which are for the boot. So the swirl tank is going to go next to there. They're going to come through the floor, going to attach. So all 4 are going to go to the swirl pot. 2 of those are going to go to the fuel tank. The other 2 are going to come up to the engine. 1 as a feed, 1 as a return. We also have this, which is to mount fuel filter. Now, I know everyone in the IS200 community already knows that IS200s already have fuel filters. Now, so I went about the fact, and here's another box, and Jack did this as well. So this is a Bosch filter. Just let me hold you between the knees. This is a Bosch filter, right? That these are AN6, and give me a second. Take this out of the packet. And these happily. Say happily. Well, Jack did it just quite easily, so. Oh wait, this one goes in this end. Yeah. And this one, which is a bigger thread, which now makes sense. Goes in this end. And now we have a Bosch, and that's the part code there. It is a 0450905021 filter. Bosch. The flow goes that way, so it will sit on the chassis rail like that. It'll go in. It's just a cheap alternative to something good. Oh, it also comes with copper crush washers. Handy. But these will just straight fit in. Jobs are good. Right. We'll pop that back in there, and that can go sit over here. And let's get cracking. I am going to fit a 120 first, then we're going to measure it to the fuel pressure egg, and we'll go from there. Hi. So as an example, I did this one as a practice. I'm actually quite annoyed at it. With all my nice new stuff, I still managed to damage it, and I couldn't get it fully closed. So I'm going to have a Google, see if that's a bit of an issue, but I couldn't believe it would be, as like that is not coming out of there at all. Like, yeah, so that sort of angle. So we've measured the first bit now, and well, I'm gonna one wrap of the good stuff. Always wear eye protection, kids. I've got bulletproof contacts in, so here we are. Right, for user discretion, I am not showing you how to use a grinder. That is how I use a grinder. It's entirely up to you how you want to use a grinder. So, in my job, I also work with tubing a lot. So, we'll give this a deburr a bit. Right, job's a good one. We're going to pick what fitting we're going to next. So, I can either go 45. Whereas that's coming off like that. I think the 45 might be useful, as we're going from the back of the rail here to the fuel filter down there. And I'm going to say a 45 would be champion. Right. Unscrew your bit. You've got your olive, your cap. So we put the cap on over. I think, yeah, cap goes on. Right, this is the dangerous part, because if you do it wrong, you stab yourself. Yeah. So I think we're on. Yeah, we're on. Right, I'm gonna get my soft mallet, i.e. my screwdriver, tap that in place. So I'm not sure if you can see inside there. It's not perfectly flush, but it's pretty damn good. Next point, this should go and fit in here nicely. Oh, would you look at that? Nice. See, that one was a bit more of a pain to get done. We'll remove our electrical tape, our little safety feature. We'll bring this up to here. I think that's why that one didn't close. I think I might have forgotten to take the electrical tape off, but we'll get it as hand tight as possible. Yeah. Right. We'll get El Spanio involved for the moment. See what we can do with that. It's not a lot. Let's get our clamp involved. I'm just going to cheat here. Oh, rude. Coil Star. Products, terrible. That shouldn't be coming out of there. Not impressed. Extremely not impressed. How rude. Right, anyway. I'm going to give this a little bit of an out there, so that's nice and clamped. Yeah, that's in. We're going to get our nice, lovely, reddish, sort of pinkish spanner, give it a tighten. We're going to move that back, make sure we don't make contact with anything else. Oh. Make sure we're tight. Yeah, we're tight. We'll keep going till we can't no more. Oh, but again, it's damaged it. Is it? Oh, let's make sure we've got clean surfaces. Sorry, my bad. Again, I'm not impressed with this. I mean, it was cheap, so buy cheap, buy twice, I suppose. But that one went on whole ton easier than that one, which was a name brand one. Shit. There we go. Now we've got our first line made up. Ish. I'm not impressed with that. I'm gonna complain. I should have bought the cheaper jobbies. Right. So that'll go on there, like so. Make sure we're happy with that. And then put that on there. I might have done a bit too much excess, but it means we've got plenty to work with if we need to. But also, I need to keep that away from the starter as well, because we don't want a live fuel system now, do we? Right. Yeah, happy days. That's to there. I've got a bit of excess that I can play with if I need to remove this, which I'm gonna half tempted to and change it out maybe for a 180 or something. I don't know. We'll see. Next port call is another 120 to a yep, another 120 to the fuel pressure egg. So right, so quickly, I have just made this again. I think these are terrible fittings. Do not buy idler speed crap. For the minute they'll do, I am going to replace them. I'll probably buy some Hell ones, but good job I put a bit of excess on them, because that means I can trim it out and redo it. But yeah, they are shocking. But for the purpose of now, we'll get them working. Alright, ciao. I've done the line from the rail to the return, and I've done the line from the filter to the rail. So here's my rail, here's my line, and it runs down here, from here down here to the fuel pressure egg, where you'll probably see it better from here, is that you can't really adjust the lighting, but there's my fuel pressure egg. It's looking rather spicy, rather nicey. Right there, it's lovely bit of kit. And then I've got one running from the feed down to the filter, which is down there, mounted to an original bolt hole, which not planned but worked out really well. Good evening. Right, so I'll need my torch for this. It's not Sunday, unfortunately. It is now Wednesday the 28th of August. And, well, I made a bit more progress than I originally said I'd come back to you on. Right, so remember the swirl pot? The swirl pot is now all, how do I put this? So the swirl pot has now got all its feeds, and it's got its bulkhead connectors in the back here. All for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that outlet there, I've got a cap coming for that to blank it off. Right, that's that one. So I ordered this part a while back, and I was like, oh yeah, it'd be sound, go straight into the top of the tank, that. And turns out the fitting is the reverse of that. So I was like, nah, there's got to be a way. And luckily this fits in here, and this goes in the top of the tank. Now that is going to come back on itself like this, out the tank, and feed into the thing. Now, hello there. Right, so that is the main big bits of the fuel system linked up. So down here we now have the fuel return line in place. I am going to rejuggle those electricals and that throttle cable, because that throttle cable's not staying there. And that electrical's going to go in between the block and the mount to keep it away from the fuel. We've got this feed cable here, it goes to there. I might swap them round, I'm not sure yet. Right, so here I have my fuel filter, and there is my return there, and the return comes down here. The filter there is the feed, and these come down here the whole way up until it reaches the tank, where this is the main 12 volt, but that's where it reaches the tank. It comes up and around here. This is sort of sitting there nicely. I did think about doing the same thing with that, but I tucked it up there instead. That is where those are sitting. The main feed to the swirl pot is going to come from here and upwards, and the return is going to do the same. Moving further up the car, that's a screwdriver in my back. I have, it's not great, I must admit, but I've got a forged 90 here. That's this one. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this one here, where my finger is a forged 90. That's the main feed out the tank. That's the return. That's going to be the main supply to the surge tank, and that's going to be the overflow to the surge tank. Now, I've thought about my positioning on it, and I thought, well, if my diff's there, it's not going to be too bad. I understand, oh yeah, but what if you snap a shaft? I've already thought of this. I am potentially going to put a plate over. There's a bit of a, I'm not sure if you know much in the way of Lexuses, but there is a carbon canister there, so like it's not too bad to put it there. So I'm gonna flow with it and see how we go. But I am rather happy with how this has gone so far. I am tired, and I am going to do the main feed and the main return for the tank the next time I'm here, which will probably be Sunday. But once they're done, I'm going to be happy with that, and then we move on to boost pipes and coolant and power steering and all the other fluids that are going to need plumbing in, and then we move on to wiring. Like, I want to be fair, I can move on to wiring sooner, but I don't want to rush it. I want to get it right, and if I do the wiring last and I know everything else is good on first startup, I can hunt for any leaks at all. Peace. Hello, just a quick one to end this video. So I have built the AN lines. There's one there, goes to here. This one goes onto the filter, which goes onto there. It's currently unattached due to wiring. My torch works. Just gotta quickly nip on the floor here and look under the mess that is my car. We have both lines, as you can see, running all the way down the rail. Yeah, I'm running all the way back down that way to the fuel tank, which you've got this here. The outfeed is attached to this red jobby here. That all runs up to the underside of the tank, sorry, the underside of the car. But also, we'll come in here, we have the fuel return and the feed out, which is great. But then I'm going to come to the mess of the boot. We have the Osias swirl pot all mounted up. All the lines are all mounted up. These now go through, connect, and are all thing. The only thing I need to do is put a stop cap on this hole here. So, as the fuel lines go, we are complete. I'm sorry I haven't really done much in the way of showing you how it all works, how it all builds together, everything else like that. However, I'm just going to end it here. Peace. Next to come is my wiring, and I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek because I've already started it. This bad boy here, and here it is, all the lovely mess that is the wiring loom and the ECU. But we've done a lot into this. I'll share a lot with you, like IOs and IO sheets, everything like that. And then hopefully soon we get the first start, hopefully. Oh, also done the throttle cable as well. It was a lot easier than I thought, but we've got that going. That's attached onto that, that's on there. They just need tightening up. And then we have a working throttle cable. Just trying to think what else I've done. Nothing else. No worries. Right. Peace.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm